Hello, this is Fastmatt from San Antonio, Texas. This is a circuit bent speak and spell, and this is the round button version. This is the oldest speak and spell variety that was manufactured by Texas Instruments, and it's one of the most popular items that I sell. They're pretty rare these days to find on eBay. The prices are going higher and higher for the unbent ones. And I think there's good reason for it. It's got a lot of historical significance. This is the model that was featured in the movie E.T. So if you ever watched that movie, this is what E.T. turned into a telephone to call his folks back home to come pick him up from Earth. And so taking that a step further, what I do with them is turn them into musical instruments. So it might not actually be useful to call your family to come pick you up, but it could be pretty cool in a musical setting and to unleash your creativity on the music world. And so what I do is I modify these through a process called circuit bending. I'm not the first to do this, but I would probably argue that I'd be one of the more consistent ones. I've been doing this since 2004, so about 20 years. And so I'll do just a quick walkthrough of the control layout on this model. Some of my models have different controls, but for the most part, this has been my consistent design for many years. So to start off with, you have a power switch. This cuts off the power to the batteries. So before starting it, you want to turn this on and then press the on button. And you can see some of the features I have on my models, the handy glow LED lights, and that just kind of shines on your hands as you use them. It's kind of a cool feature. And there's a little bit of a flash whenever you do things with it. You can kind of see the light changes and pulses in a way. And then next we have, I'll go kind of the basic order here is you have a pitch knob here, which adjusts the pitch.
Spell sure.
And I'll do this sort of one-handed here. So high pitch and then turn it to the lowest pitch. And we can see how that affects other things as we go. All right, next we have sort of a distortion button here. And this just causes sort of a crazy voicing for anything you do.
Spell guide. Spell plural. Spell
Again, trying to go at this one-handed here. All right, so I'll show that more later as I demo all the controls together. We have here a momentary mute switch, and again, I'll show that off here in a bit, but this simply cuts off connection to the speaker and the output. So you can do sort of a rhythmic thing with this. So you can, yeah, it's easier to show here later. I have this is the output jack for amplifier output. This takes a standard 1/4-inch plug, like a guitar cable type thing. You can then plug this into an amplifier or to your mixer board. And then I have 3 tone buttons here. You have low, high, and then like a screech sound. Okay, over here I have the glitch switch, and whenever you turn this on and start doing things, specifically, here's a way to get a long running glitch as you press go, and then press D, and it'll just start glitching for minutes on end. And then what I typically do is get a glitch like this going and then leverage the loop switch here. So we have a rhythmic loop if you press it down like this. And then when you're in this position downward, then the upper button becomes the momentary release for the glitch, for the loop. So you just sort of catch the next one. And this one is like a steady loop, but it's not, sometimes it doesn't loop when a glitch is running. So let's just turn this off for a second. And one of the cool things, or maybe the annoying things about these, is there's a randomness to what you get out of them. So it's not always going to behave consistently. So let me see if I can show you this. Here we go. There we go. So it just sort of freezes on the valve, if you will. So what I'm doing is I'm holding the release button and then just letting it go at a certain time. So you can see how that works there. But anyway, back to what I typically do. Get the glitch going.
Spell usual. O.
Oops. D.
Heather. Kevin.
Get a rhythm loop going. And again, every time I'm pressing and releasing this button, I'm just catching the next random loop based on the input from the glitch, if that makes sense. So you can get all kinds of nonsense out of this thing. So here's an example. I'm going to change the pitch now that I have a loop going. Here's low. And then I like to use the body contacts as well. So if you touch the middle and left, it drops the pitch. And then the middle and right raises the pitch slightly. It's kind of hard to hear at this low level. So now you can hear it. So you get sort of a vibrato effect between these low and then high. It's very subtle, but it's kind of cool. And then again, with the lowest pitch, you can go even lower with these two, to the point where you can see it even starts to make the pulses of the display visible. It's really cool. All right, so again, cut some other things here. And you can use a lot of these loops together, like the tones. You can use those anytime. And then I mentioned this mute button here, momentary mute. Just simply press to mute it and then release to unmute it. So you can sort of do a rhythmic effect with that as well. And then this amplifier output, when you plug in your amp, like in this case I got a tiny little amp, plug this in, it actually mutes the internal speaker. And instead, so now you can hear it's coming out of this speaker here. And then again, unplugging it, you're back to the internal speaker as well. And then with everything turned off, with everything in the middle position for the pitch and the loop switch in the middle and the glitch switch down, you have just a normal working speak and spell. Works just like the factory intended. So this is the basic demonstration of a button speak and spell circuit vent by Fastmatt. If you have any questions, please feel free to hit me up on my channel or through email. My website is www.fastmatt.com, and I'm happy to talk to you more about these if you're interested in getting one for yourself. Thanks. Have a great day.